Hello everyone, Quentin here with Eagle 3D Streaming. We have a great video for you today. In this video, I will show you how to pixel stream locally using AWS. Let's jump right into it. This is for an Unreal Engine version 5.2 application with pixel streaming plugin enabled. Please make sure that you enabled the pixel streaming plugin because all the next steps are not going to work if it was not enabled. But if you did enable it, and now you have your built application on your EC2 instance, you've got your NVIDIA drivers, guess what, my friend? You are ready to pixel stream on AWS. Okay, the moment we have all been waiting for, now we are ready to pixel stream using AWS. The first step that I like to do is to show you how to pixel stream locally on AWS, which means pixel stream within the EC2 instance. The reason this is so important is because there are many places where you can get hung up and issues can occur when setting up to pixel stream over the internet. The first thing we're going to do is pixel stream locally on AWS. In order for me to do that, I first need to confirm that I have my NVIDIA driver installed. I go to Device Manager and I do have it installed, and the next thing I need to confirm is that I have my unzipped build on the EC2 instance, which I have right here, and also of course pixel streaming plugin enabled. Assuming all of this is true, the way that we set up for pixel streaming, the first thing that we do is let's install the pixel streaming software. I go to Cart Configurator because that's the name of my app. I go to Samples, Pixel Streaming, Web Servers, and I double click on Get PS Servers, which will then install all of the necessary software. If you receive this message, left click on More Info and then click on Run Anyway. And now the softwares are being installed. After that's done, it's time to start the signaling server. I double click on Signaling Web Server, I go to Platform Scripts, CMD, and once I am at this screen, I double click on Run Local. And I wait. I'm going to just kind of prepare for the next steps while that's installing. I am essentially waiting for that to install. And once I start seeing that web sockets are listening, that means that I am ready for the next step, which is I go back to my build files and I go all the way back to where my executable lies. I right click on it and I create a shortcut. After I have done that, then I right click on it and I go into properties, and we need to add a few commands to the target for the executable in order to pixel stream. And those commands are: the first command is pixel streaming IP equals localhost, and then the next command is pixel streaming port equals 8888. I'll of course include these in the description of the YouTube video, but I'm just showing them here for you so you can understand what I'm going to do. I select both of these commands and then I go to my target. I go to the end where you can see my cursor blinking. I create a space and then I paste in those two commands. Now I see that I have these two commands that I have shown in Notepad now placed into the target for the executable. I now click Apply and OK, and then I click OK. After I do that, now I'm ready to run my executable file that contains these commands, which will allow me to pixel stream. I double click on this file so that it runs, and then I click More Info and Run Anyway if I receive that message. Generally what happens the first time you run your Unreal Engine application on a fresh EC2 instance is you receive this message that requires some prereqs to be downloaded. I just click yes, and then these will be downloaded onto your EC2 instance. It happens pretty fast, so I don't know if I'm going to pause the video. Let's just see how. Okay, so it's already installed. I received this message. It's okay to receive that message. I click close, and then I wait a little bit longer and setup is now successful, so I click close again. Now I sit here and I wait for my Unreal Engine application to start. And you see that my screen has gone totally black. That's just because of the loading screen for this specific application. But if we give it a second, then we see that the application has started. What we also see is that it's taking up the entire screen, and that could be a problem because what am I supposed to do now? All I have is a game on my screen. The way that we get around this is let's actually run the Unreal Engine application in the background so that it doesn't take up the entire screen. The way to do that is first we have to get out of this game. I do that by pressing the Windows key, which will bring up my taskbar. I right click on my taskbar and I go to Task Manager. I click More Details and I right click on my game and I select End Task. After I end task, then I am back at this screen, and let's add one more command to our shortcut, and that command is render off screen. And then this will cause the Unreal Engine application to only run in the background and not take up my screen when running. The way that I add this command is I go back into my shortcut by right clicking on it, I click properties, and now I'm just going to add this into the target. I do that by going to the end and pasting it in. I click apply, I click OK, and now I double click on my shortcut again, and you can see the car configurator logo. And now we notice that it's actually not running in my apps anymore, but it is running in the background. So life is good now. I don't have the game on my screen, but it is running and it is able to be pixel streamed. Now that I have my signaling server running, which I can see right here, and I have my app running, so make sure you've got both your app and your signaling server running, I'm ready to pixel stream locally. The way that I do this is I just open a browser tab on my machine and I type in localhost. After I type in localhost, I will see this screen that says click to start, and after I click, hooray! I am now pixel streaming locally on this EC2 instance. And this is a great start because now we have confirmed that we got our signaling server properly set up, the NVIDIA drivers are properly set up. It's really important to do this step by step because like I said, there's so many ways to get hung up. But this is really good progress because now we are successfully pixel streaming locally. The next step, which is probably the reason we are all here, is to pixel stream over the internet. And that will be the next section. And that's the end of today's video. Thank you guys for watching till the end. I will see you all in another future video. Until then, take care.
Upload your first Unreal Engine project on our Pixel streaming platform for free. To create an account, go to account.eagle3dstreaming.com/sign up and get a free 7 days trial. Eagle 3D Streaming, it's just easier.